Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a Q&A video. This has been, I think, over a year since I've done one of these, and you submitted a lot of questions, so I'm going to reply them in this video. This channel is celebrating its 4th birthday. Happy birthday, and let's get into the questions. First question. I was wondering, did you ever think more about when you would receive your next belt level than learning and getting better at a different technique, no matter how much you practiced? I'm just wondering because I'm in MMA and it's really hard not to think about when I would get my black belt or wonder if I'm actually even getting better at martial arts or not. Well, Jason, that's a very good question. I just had my 4th dan black belt in 2020 October. I have a video about it. I put the highlights here and I talked about it. So watch that video if you're interested. For my next dan, I think I have to wait 5 years until I can go for the 5th dan. So I'm just trying to practice ITF Taekwondo, like that's my style, and I'm trying to get better at it, especially the patterns, and trying to just get more knowledge about why am I doing what I'm doing in the techniques and so on and so on. I would like to learn some other martial art. I'm open to learning something that's like different than Taekwondo, something like Muay Thai, or maybe be a little bit of Judo, who knows, something that would be good for like a different style of martial art, but I'm not sure yet, and we're gonna see when this whole pandemic is over, and then we can go and practice martial arts in person again. About the second question, I don't know the ranking system in MMA, so I have no idea. Again, that's mixed martial arts, so I presume you're learning lots of different things, but the best MMA fighters come from traditional martial arts background. You know, most of them have either karate or taekwondo, judo, something, and then they build on that for MMA. So I don't know what you're learning, but don't work for the black belt. Work on yourself. The results will come. So just put in the work, study a lot, practice a lot, do the workouts, do whatever your master is telling you to practice, and you will get there. It's a journey, okay? So don't feel pressured for not getting the black belt. It's not like you can reach black belt in 1-2 years. That's unrealistic. In Taekwondo, I think the minimum waiting time for an adult to get the black belt is 4 years, 4 or 5, and that's already if you go to practice 3 or 4 times a week, you are excelling at everything and you're very good at doing it. So, you know, it depends on the situation. Next question is from Tech Editors. Hello Nora, I have been wearing sparring gears as per your tutorial and everything going well for me apart upper calf and upper shin pain. It feels tight more often than not, even though I tie them as light as possible. So do you think it's a bad quality? How safely you tie them so that it doesn't hurt you wearing longer? You mean that you're wearing your shin protector and it hurts you? That should not hurt you. Depends, you know, my shin protector, as I showed it in the video, I'm gonna link it here somewhere so you can see it. I'm wearing it and it doesn't hurt me. It's the whole purpose is that you can use your shin for blocking, and if you have this extra protection, then it shouldn't hurt. So when you're sparring, it shouldn't hurt you unless somebody's attacking you with something, but I don't think it should hurt. You have to make sure that when you put on either the forearm protector or the shin protector, you have to make it tight, but not as tight that it cuts your blood flow off, right? And it shouldn't be like too loose because then it moves everywhere. So you have to figure out what's the best. The quality, I don't know what brand do you have. Usually the bigger brands have good quality items, so maybe you need to look for another one. But who knows, I can't tell. Next question from Kobe. I can do splits, but I'm pretty flexible, so my question is, do you have to be extremely flexible to be able to do martial arts? Flexibility is a very interesting thing. you can have it or you don't have it, but you can work on it. So it's not something that's like, oh, you're not flexible, you can't do anything. No, you can always work on it and you will get better at it. I have many videos that I practice flexibility stuff and I show you my routine, what I'm doing. I'm going to link them here somewhere. But the important thing is that you don't have to be extremely flexible, because that's good for other type of sports like gymnasts and people working in the circus, like they are extremely flexible, but that's a whole other thing. For martial arts, you have to be a lot of things. You have to be strong, powerful, flexible, fast, the whole package. If you feel like you are not flexible enough, then work on your flexibility. For example, I am pretty flexible in a lot of ways, but I'm also not as flexible in some other ways. So for example, I'm working on my front splits and it's pretty good. Like when I work on it, I can do it and it's good. My middle splits, however, I have to work on it a lot to get better. But every time you have to push yourself with the flexibility just a little bit, just a little bit, up until the point that you are hurting, but not hurting in a bad way that you injure yourself. You have to feel that you keep pushing yourself and you're gonna get better. Next question by Wolf Anarchy 1. Dear Nora, what is the elementary basis of truth and love? I like this question, but I'm not a philosopher, so you tell me. Next question by Amit Rai. My question is, what is the difference between ITF Taekwondo and WTF Taekwondo? And which Taekwondo is better? Lots of love from Kathmandu, Nepal. Oh my god, you're watching from Nepal! Oh wow, that's amazing! Thank you for watching. It's like the other part of the world for me. It's just so fun when I see that people are watching from all over the world. Again, there is no comparison. I really don't like comparing Taekwondo styles to each other, which one is better, because that's not the point. And there's no better martial arts than the other, okay? So we are not doing that here. There are others who might have another opinion about this, but my opinion is there is no martial art style that is better than the other. It depends on the martial artist. About the ITF Taekwondo and WTF Taekwondo, there is a lot of difference, especially the movements are different. As far as I'm aware, in ITF Taekwondo, we have the sine wave movement. In WTF Taekwondo, they don't have it. And I think they call it WT now, not WTF, so just World Taekwondo, not World Taekwondo Federation, because ITF means International Taekwondo Federation. In ITF, we are more traditional. That's the more traditional style. We have the sine wave movement. The patterns are completely different in the two Taekwondo styles, I know that. And the sparring is different. In ITF, I showed you what I'm wearing for sparring. So we are wearing breast protector for ladies, also groin protector, head protector, gloves, shin protectors, foot protectors, forearm protectors. And we can aim at the opponent's head as well by kicking or by punching. Unlike in WT Taekwondo, where they cannot punch on the head, like they just don't have it. And they're also wearing like a bigger armor during their sparring, so it's like a full body protector, and they are mostly doing kicks in their sparring. Both Taekwondo refer to the main governing bodies of Taekwondo. Both of these styles of Taekwondo have their origins in Korean martial arts. They are very similar, but the focus of WT is for sport and for going to the Olympics. The focus of ITF is for self-defense and traditional Taekwondo as a traditional martial art. Next question from JV. How can someone short be successful against a taller opponent in sparring, tournament, or street defense? It's a very good question. It depends. Again, if your opponent is taller and you're shorter, you have to figure out a way how to get around the opponent, because the opponent has a larger reach because they are taller than you. But then you have to figure out how to get under it or around it and then score a point. This is different in sparring and self-defense as well, because in self-defense there are no rules. We already talked about this, that any sparring or traditional martial art, it's not street fight, okay? And it's not self-defense. So we already talked about this in previous videos. It's very important for you to understand that it's a tournament, but there are set rules, and if one person is much shorter, therefore maybe much lighter than the taller opponent, then they wouldn't even meet each other, right? That's not possible. But for example, for a training situation, it's good to spar with different opponents, because then you can have a better feeling on, okay, that person is tall, how do I get around that leg or that arm if it's out? And for a taller opponent, they have to figure out, okay, this person is shorter, like how do I go closer in a way that the opponent doesn't come in, you know? So it depends on the situation. About sparring equipment, can it create a false sense of security? You can get used to the way you train. You need to be safe, but also learn, know how to take a hit and how to hit. In WTF seems to have more pads than other martial arts. They have head protection, chest protection, forearm and shin pads, so on and so on. This is what I said to Amit Rai, that yes, they have different stuff, but then again, I don't know. I think I wore like a chest protector before, like this whole one that in WTF they are wearing. It depends. Like as you say, in karate, they have, especially in Kyokushin karate, they have no protection, they just go at it. It's really tough. Those practitioners are really tough. I don't know, I think generally, if you are in a safe environment in the dojang and you're sparring with your friends, people who you are trained together with, you should pay attention to each other and you should be making sure that there is no injury. There's no need to prove anything to anybody. The important thing is that you're trying to help your partner when you're sparring. So what you need to do is try to help during the sparring. If you're wearing the full sparring equipment, it is still weigh you down, right? Because you have so much things on. Like it's heavy, so you have to move with that. So when you are practicing the sparring, you actually have to wear everything what you have for the tournament, so you have to practice in it. It's good if you can practice without anything and just see the moves, but for you to be successful, you have to wear everything. Of course, it creates a sense of security. We have to be secure. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to hurt your opponent. It's not the point of a tournament or a sparring. You must score a point, basically. Do you watch, learn, collaborate, talk, or practice with from other YouTube ITF schools and teachers, or maybe Taekwondo, WT, ATA, like Alex Wong, Clay Bruce, Samiri Moras, or other Korean martial arts like Tang-Soo-Do, Taekyon, so on, so on? Short answer is no. I think we are in a different time zone. I'm in Europe, and as far as I'm aware, they are in the US. Of course, I follow their YouTube channel. They make great videos, so check them out. Yeah, it would be good to do something with those guys. That would be fun. I collaborated with other martial artists, for example, Sensei Emmett. I'm going to link his channel somewhere here or down below. He makes really good interviews with martial artists. I did 2 interviews with him and 1 panel, so check those out as well.